Body by Malaika, the continuing story of a health and wellness journey. I'm Malaika J. certified personal trainer and nutritional specialist for over a decade. My unique approach to fitness is tapping into the mind. The mind is one of the most powerful tools of the human body. Once you tap in and connect, anything is possible. You have your tea, and
I have my tea, and I have my manifestation water bottle.
Ooh, we need to talk about manifestation water. What are you doing differently with your water?
So I do moon water.
Huh?
I do moon water. So under the full moon, I put it outside over the night, and then in the morning. But it has the affirmations. So it has cash flow, forgive the past, manifest money, unlimited possibility. So I'm drinking my affirmation.
Interesting. Now, where did my water go? Of course, you have your water. Well, you look amazing, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been an amazing year.
Man, we're going to talk about that. And I wanted to share, thank you so much for coming to the podcast again. It's been, 3 years? I think so.
It's been that long because I went back. I was just like, oh my God.
Yes.
It doesn't feel that long ago, but it is. It was 3 years ago.
Time has been moving.
It has, but I love it. It's a new era. It's a new beginning in a way. And I'm like, and I'll be 40 in December. So that energy, like, oh my God.
Yes, girl.
And all the healing.
40 and fabulous, but you're already fabulous. So,
You're going to be 40 and what's the word? Flirty. We're going to be 40 and flirty.
Flirty. This is really cool because the Zoom has where I can do captions, which is really
cool.
neat.
Okay.
So I think I'll put that on there so the listeners can hear us and
read it if they need to. Okay.
And read it if they want to, yes. But anyway, welcome to Malifreebird. I've changed my name a little because I'm free spirited, So yeah. And I
wanted
to
having me.
Yes. I'd love to follow you on social media, and you can find her at shout you out.
Shay Fabine, self-care coach on Instagram. My website, I'm not using it no more. So it's all Instagram or Facebook. And on Facebook, it's just.
I'll put that on the link also.
Okay. It's all Instagram now.
Well, actually, I followed you on Facebook, your like page.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's Shay Fabine also. So everything.
How do you spell that?
No, not S. Shay Fabine. No. It's CHEZ Fabine, which is one of my middle names. FABINE.
Repeat it one more time.
Shay Fabine. SHEZ Fabine. FABINE. So when I was in Haiti, all Roman names are like Marie something. So everybody get called by their middle names. So when I was born, I was Malifreebird. So all my middle names and nicknames are from Fabine. And then before I went to middle school, my dad changed my name because it was like, if we move to the US, which he was thinking far away, there's going to be 2 Marie in the household, and we're not going to know which Marie they're going to talk about. So that's how I got named Joanne. Then I have Rose, and then Fabine, and then my last name. So when I was married, I didn't change my name again. I was like, no, we've been through the change of the names. So I've never changed my last name. And during the divorce, they were like, do you need to do any paperwork? I'm like, no.
Divorce? Well,
my name is my name.
Let me
you didn't change your name. I'm like,
I mentioned the B word.
Yeah. We can talk about
we go in there. But the purpose of this is so I'm doing a series on challenges, and the challenges is not to let that define you. Challenges, yes. When you see, when I've noticed from my research, if people hear the word challenge, it's like, oh God, you had the struggles, or, it's like.
You don't have to struggle through it.
No, not
the challenges can pull your highest self from that if you allow yourself to feel it and then heal it. Because we like to like, if you allow yourself to feel it and heal it.
Because you feel the emotion or what you're feeling.
And then you try to suppress it. That doesn't help. Suppressing your emotions is not going to help. And not wanting to be vulnerable or even cried or even like grieve that thing, whatever it is, that challenge it is, it's not going to be helpful to you. So it's being present of like, okay, this is happening.
Right.
Know why. And it's not my business to know why. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal from that and see what shows up. Because 3 years ago, if you had told me like, oh my God, you're going to go through all this, I'd be like, you're crazy. I've been choosing my life. I've been manifesting what I want. What are you talking about?
Right.
What will be so I've been choosing not working for me. And I had to be like, oh, hold up. There might be a blessing.
Yes.
And so blessing said a blessing. So when he said he's leaving, guess what I answered? What? Yes, thank you.
Wait, what?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And everybody was just like, what? I was just like, I'm not fighting this.
Yes.
I didn't break it. I'm not fighting it. Well, let's see what's going to show up. And what I showed up.
Okay, we're getting into it. Well, challenges, don't let that define you. Last time I met Joanne, we talked about loving yourself, healing thyself. Well, even if you're struggling, like some healing, but loving yourself fully. You know, you mentioned the last episode that we did together that you feed off the sun.
Yes, ma'am.
And is that still?
I'm a morning person. We have not seen the sun in 4 days here in Georgia. So I'm wearing like things to remind me of like the sun. I put like little bits of like colors on me because I need that energy. And professionally, I know fall, winter, you have the seasonal depression and all those things. And I'm like, okay, you have to get ready for it. So whenever like the temperature's changing and stuff, I'm like, first of all, I'm a baby when I get sick. So I have to prepare myself. So I'm not one of the people that's like, oh my God, it's fall, I have a cold. And I'm gonna knock on wood, rarely get sick. Rarely. And if I'm down, I am biggest baby. And it lasts like a day or two. Because I don't understand myself when I'm sick anyway. So I'm like, oh, let's figure it out. Let's talk to the body. What else can I do? Gosh. Can I rest? Can I do something? And then you see, like tea.
Yeah. Tea. Yes, water. My father used to say that even when you say, like, we label things like even with sickness, yes, you may feel it, but it's a mindset. He would tell me.
I'm like, oh, you're not gonna last long. So when the whole pandemic happened, I was like, it's not welcome in my household. I don't care what it is. Again, knock on wood.
Okay. So
me and my children, none of us have been sick.
Wow.
Not once.
Okay. Not once. And it's the weather climate has changed right now. We're in October.
And it's fall in Georgia. I'm in Georgia and it's actually fall. Next week, the low's gonna be in the 40s, the high gonna be in 60s. But during the whole pandemic, I'm like, we're gonna be outside.
And you got trees everywhere.
Trees. I don't know. Can you see my backyard?
Yeah.
It is
I love trees.
We have like a trunk that have like leaves on top of it, and it looks like fairy tale. Like I find that space found me, and I was just like, I can do this. We can do hard thing in a soft way.
Wait. Yes, hard things in a soft way. So hard things in a soft way, and hard things with people or I share
people with things because life changes. And if you're talking about challenges, divorce or separation, that's a big challenge.
How long were you married?
I was married for 10 years and we were together total for 18 years.
18 years. So that's like
I'm letting go
half your life.
And ease. No remorse, no regret, no ickiness, no bitterness. My whole thing is I'm like, he is so lucky because we have children. Because like if we didn't have children, the way I would have detached would have been like delete, block, have a good life.
Why is that? Why is that?
to realize that I was not seen or heard or even valued in that whole thing where I was always in defense and I didn't realize it. Because again, if you meet me or if you see me, I come whole. I come up. And then later on, I'm like, oh, that wasn't loving. Oh. This was not it. And it's not loving to me. So when people ask me, I'm like, it's not about what he did. It's about what I allowed. Why was I comfortable with all this? Because they're like, oh, you're not blaming. I'm like, it's not him. I participate. What was my participation in all this? And I'm like, oh, the codependence. Because I don't want to work full-time ever. I don't want to carry the household, the bills, and all those things. It make no sense to me. Because he was providing that part. I'm like, okay. Because the people, I am so big on respect. And people will disrespect me and I will fix you quickly. And I will forgive every time he does. And I'm like, hold on. Why are you the exception? Why am I doing that? How is that being good to me if I'm allowing you to just do this just because now the bills are being paid?
Right.
So being equating to like how I'm showing up. So later on, so I'm not saying the whole thing was bad, but later on, it was just like, okay, this is not feasible.
Well, I agree. Like people.
Oh, you muted yourself. You just muted yourself. It says mute.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
But go back again and say it.
Okay. And you mentioned, and that's good that you shared. Not everything was bad. You're not saying that in marriage. You're saying, well, I got from it is you grow. So people grow either like.
And if you're not growing together.
Yes.
And the pandemic shook a lot of stuff. Because when the pandemic started, I started really focusing on my spiritual practice. I actually took courses. I was like doing the work, and then things kept piling up and showing up. And I was just like, ooh, you can. And once you see something, you cannot be like, okay, I didn't see it. So I actually studied for 2 years with spirituality and all the practices. So everything I'm implementing now, I knew some of it from Haiti, but I was like, okay, I need to make this my focus. And I was like, oh, in the pandemic, what do we do? Let's actually do some good stuff for us and not completely shut down from the world, but like close that noise, lower that noise, because all those noises, it's fear-based and it's not helping you. Because what you're not going to be able to do when you're in fear is make good decisions.
So let's talk about, that's a good point. Let's talk about the practices. I like to hear those because for me, I struggle personally too. Like, I mean, I do. I don't know. You have your things you do that help you with the day.
I have a lot. So I should give a little bit. So my background is in mental health therapy. I've studied and practiced for 13 years now. I cannot believe I'm saying 13 years, but
13 years in mental health.
Mental health. I have a master's in clinical psychology. So I actually studied the thing. And then I've been a social worker. I've been an MST therapist. I even did 2 years of behavioral coaching online during the pandemic because I chose to be home with the kids so I can be present. And then I did that for 2 years. I'm back again as doing therapy stuff. But I always believe I have to be good to myself first so I can give everybody else. So as a therapist, I have my own therapist. And I see her twice a month. Because people will be like, why you need a therapist? I'm like, I need another adult. to help out sometimes.
Take care of you, then take care of others.
Exactly. For me to take care of others. And then I'm like, in this field, the thing you're exposed to, there's a such thing as second degree. Because you hear so much bad things and so much struggle, trauma. You think I'm not gonna take care of myself? That's one thing. So I do therapy.
Okay.
When it was hot, I don't walk. I'm an avid walker in the park. So it's been a month now. I do from 5 to 6 miles per week. And that's my jam. I go in Jonesboro. We have a beautiful international park. It is huge. And they have deers in there. So once in a while you get lucky and you see a bunch of deers running around, and I always like film them, take pictures of them. So that's another thing. I commune with nature because I'm not running. I try the gym.
You ain't gonna run.
The
Hey, you
gym
can
is not
walk
for me.
around.
I've tried different. I tried Zumba. I tried kickboxing. I tried different
Yeah.
things. I cannot be inside.
Okay.
It's my gym. So I go. I drive the kids to school. I go
You
for my
cannot be
walk.
inside. No.
Now let's show them good things.
What is that?
Journaling. I journal.
Okay. Talk. Oh, I wish I could blow that up. What is it? Pull it closer to the camera. Is that your book?
No, that's my journal. I
That's
journal
your journal?
once in a
Okay.
while. So I have multiple.
Nice.
So I have one for work and one for my life. And then as a planner,
Yes.
I go to Barnes and Noble. I get my planner. So we are organized. As free spirit, as I show up as, I'm organized.
Yes.
So like it has to, because I have to be grounded and centered. So that's some simple things. And then in the morning, I wake up saying thank you and smiling. So I make that connection with source, God, whatever makes sense to me, I do that. And then there's a head blessing I do. I bless my head. I always have a candle light up. I don't know if you can see it.
Head blessing.
I bless my head. Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's from a spiritual practice, so I cannot demonstrate that one, but
Okay.
connecting. Like you wake up and you need to make sure before I even like touch my phone.
I got a question. We talked about it last time on our episode, and you talked about loving yourself. Now, this is part of loving yourself and the challenges that you've been through recently. You know, you make sure to love yourself holistically, like you mentioned, all these things that you do. Do you still take baths? You know how you mentioned?
I do. But I am manifesting another garden tub. So I have a regular tub, and I know this is like a first world problem, but like I got used to even like when we live in Starbridge, it was an apartment and it had a garden tub. I don't know how we got so lucky. And we had like those big jacuzzi tubs, even in an apartment. And then when the last home, we had like an amazing garden tub. So I have a smaller tub.
Okay.
But like it's so in my head, I'm like, okay, I need more space. I will even I don't work 2 jobs. I will work a second job just so I can
you make it work. You make it work. You make it work. So I'm just gonna do a quick little recap. The challenges, like you stay. So if y'all can see, I mean, I hope I post this as far as video because your energy. I told you last time I can feel it through the screen. I want to meet you. I gotta get
and I can manifest now. We can manifest this. We can manifest.
I'm in Oklahoma.
Hey, next year, let's meet up. I've met a lot of friends from the internet. So last year, I actually went to New Jersey. People from the spiritual practice, I've met them. People that I just like connect on Instagram, I've met them. And it's so good, like when we meet, that energy we exchange is the same. And it's like, oh, nobody's faking. This is good. Like,
no, you ain't. You're definitely not faking. I could feel it through the screen.
So I'm calling in my people, and I'm just like, oh my God. So yeah, I know I've connected. So this whole staying home, doing this thing, I've connected with people that's in the same energy level. And it's so good because when I decide I don't want to be around people, nobody will be like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, no, I need to recharge.
That's right.
So let's talk about the D word. So that's a challenge. Separation and have children, the divorce. And this is the first time in my adult life, I'm the only adult in my household.
Okay, that's huge. People listen up because sometimes, we.
And then remember the part of, I should be responsible for the household. So now I'm in a situation where I'm responsible for the household. So I had to learn new ways of like, okay, you're an adult. There will be bills to pay. How do we do that? You have to take care of the children. How do you do that? You love food. You like traveling. How do you do those things? So as a single mom, I do not subscribe as the Black strong woman and I do everything by myself. I am asking for help. I am accepting help and all the support. So I ask and I accept it without feeling shame or guilt.
That's right.
I follow a program for single mom.
Yes.
Where they can actually help with housing and stuff. I sign up for it.
Yes. Because it takes a village. What do they say?
It takes a village. And I want my village.
You what?
It takes
You
a
own
village,
it?
and I want my village. I'm
You
creating my
want your
village.
village.
I'm not doing it on my own. So when people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh my God, how are you doing this?" I'm like, "Do you know how much
Yeah.
support and help I have?" And I'm asking for it because they be like, "Oh my God, you have the degrees and all those things." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not struggling. Struggle is not part of my vocabulary. I'm doing this with grace and ease. I'm easing into this new
Right.
role, this new thing, and I'm celebrating it." Because
Okay.
when you say there's a sick mom with single mom, why
Right.
didn't you choose better? Why didn't you? I'm like, nobody wants to be a single mom unless that's how you started.
Well,
I
some
was in almost 2-decade relationship. That
right.
wasn't the plan. But if I'm in it, I'm gonna do it well.
So you just
I'm
push
gonna
through
do
the
it with ease.
challenges of life. Yes.
Yeah.
So before we head out here, I wanted to ask you what has been on your mind recently. I know you shared about your challenges that you hope to share with the listeners. So, like, if you could,
Recently, so
yes,
what's the word? As a freak that I am, I've been
hey,
single and
I
not
love it.
mingling.
Freak,
The freak
freak.
in me.
You
I've
said
been
the freak.
single. I said a
Yeah.
freak for 2 years now. I have not partnered with nobody for 2 years. I am, what's the word? I'm amazed that I have not partnered with anyone for 2 years. I'm like, I don't know
You
what.
are you not
No,
doing the do?
no, I'm doing my self care. I'm doing my self love. I'm doing the whole
Okay.
thing, self pleasure
Uh-huh.
and all those things. No, that's still happening with me.
Self.
I'm just like, there's no other participants.
Yeah, you ain't putting your stuff in. I'm sorry. No.
There's no other people around. But what the
And
saving
why
grace
is
is,
that? Go
I
ahead.
want to give the grace though. I've done so much sexually that energy is not needed because I know once you have that whole phase people go through after divorce because you didn't do much. I don't need that whole phase. I've been a hoe.
Wait. You said whole face?
The
Yes,
whole
that
phase.
happens. The whole
I don't need
face.
to have it.
Yeah.
I've been
Because
doing it the whole time. So it's not a
okay.
need for me to have that.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I'm missing something that I don't have that connection of like cuddling, hugging, and all those things. So I found a practitioner here for tantric therapy. So I started in February. So for 7 months, I had someone I see once a month.
Wait.
Tantric,
Tantric
tantric,
sex?
not sex,
No.
therapy. So you get the energy moving, you get the cuddling, you get the affirmation, you get the ornament of like crystals and stuff. Like you get all the goodness, and sometimes the orgasm without sex.
Hey, you always do this at the towards the end. I gotta find out what you talk about. We shared a little bit
Google it,
about it.
people. Google it. Find you a
Keep rolling,
holistic
keep rolling.
tantric therapist.
Ooh.
Read about it because when you hear tantric, like, oh my God, you're doing sex. No, you're learning how to manage your energy. You're learning how to deep breathing, and you're connecting with someone. So the person I went through for that 7 months, it did not feel sexual, not once, and it was all like the allowance of love. Like I show up and I'm like, this is just love. I'm just meeting my counterpart as a man, my man energy from somebody else, but it was not like it. And I was just like, how do I find all this stuff? Because I'm like, how do I find all this? And then I'm in that space and I'm just like, okay, are we fucking done? Because how am I having all this?
Because you feel so. Wait,
You,
okay.
you,
I'm gonna
you
make sure
come, you
you
come,
feel it. You feel a
you
tantric.
feel it and it
Feeling
comes
tantric.
out, and then there's no
Okay,
touching and there's no nothing, there's no
okay, but
penetration.
what is it? Is it
It's
like
energy
what
moving. It's energy
energy
moving.
moving?
And
Energy. Where are our
all your
energy?
energy. So if you know how to concentrate it, how to tap into it, you
How to
can
tap
release
in?
it.
How to tap into your energy. That's I did an episode on that. So how would one give me one example? How would one do it? Because I mean I do know like if I
So
breathe and
I have not practiced it on my
yes,
own because, like I said, I wanted that connection. But there are
yes,
classes, there's different people. And if you go on Instagram and put tantric, you'll have different people showing up. So there are female tantric providers, holistic providers that will actually have class and teach you like the breathing and stuff and help you have those amazing energy movement and
that
orgasm.
should be your next job profession.
Yeah, they exist. And then you have that community. So whatever the healing practice you need for you, it's
Okay.
available. And that's one thing I learned about Georgia. You think of something, somebody's doing it. As soon
Tantric
as you're
sex.
like,
No,
let
no,
me
no.
see.
Tantric, not tantric
Tantric,
sex.
it's not sex. There's tantric
Uh-huh.
sex. So if you have that practice, like you both, because you can have like the couple stuff. So if you go through it as a couple, they will teach you what to do. And trust me, that sex will be more amazing because you are purely focused. And love have to exist. You have to be in your loving, either the feminine, divine feminine energy and the masculine divine energy, or whatever sex, however you do it. So I'm not discriminating between the
No, I understand. I
community.
understand. Mhm.
We're out there, we're queer, and we're here to stay. So if you
Okay.
have that going on, and
Yes.
both of you is doing that
Mm.
tantric thing, and then if you go on YouTube, you can find the tantric music. And that energy, that music energy, it's a
Oh,
it gets you going. Even the music gets you going. So if you actually
yeah.
like Google it, research it, you'll find other practitioners that does
Okay.
it. But I did
Oh, I'll go
mine
into
without
that.
the sex part. And then I stumbled, I was just like, this is a tease now.
Yes. Drink to that. No, I'm
This
kidding.
is a tease. Like it was a tease.
Yes. Okay, well this is awesome. And then lastly, yeah, we're going to head out, because I always just love talking with you, just let it flow, That's what
I know
that's
because
what
you asked me like you want to prep. I'm like, you can send the question. I'm gonna answer differently anyway.
Right. We don't have to prep. Right. Some people like that on my podcast, but I have like, set questions, but for you, like you're talking from within
Yes.
your soul, within
Those
your
are my
heart.
things. I'm like, I'm showing up as authentically as I can. I'm
That's
giving
right.
you what I know. So when people ask me, I'm like, yes, I did the studying. Yes, I did all those things. So this is not just the face. I
Right.
do have the credential, but what you're
Yeah,
not gonna see is me putting my credential all over my wall to say, hey, I have it.
exactly. And we don't have to lead by our credentials. That's, to me, I feel like I wish that we in the world would lead more with our mindset, with our
Like,
inner
what do you
self.
know in your true being?
Yes.
What do you think? Like, my purpose in life is being me, so others can show up as themselves. My
As you.
superpower,
Only
my
you can talk
superpower is
about
like
you.
showing up and be like, oh my God, if she can do it, let me try this a little bit. Because most people, we did not see it. And that was one of my fears. Nobody in my family had ever had a separation or divorce or walk away from a relationship. I have not seen it. But what I decided was, I'm gonna do this in a way that it makes sense for me, in a loving way. And my kids, if they need support or help, they'll get that too. Because
Right.
I understand it's a thing for them. I'm like, they're used to two parents in a home. They're used to a big space. How does that work? How do we
And
make it
your
work?
family is adjusting fully, with what
Oh,
we're.
good. It's so good. I have little nerds, school behaviors, like nothing changed fully. And I was just like, and then of course my friends are like, but you're the mom, right? You're showing them what to do. And my daughter is 12 now and she's cooking and baking like nobody's business.
That's nice. It's like
So,
nobody's business. Go ahead.
and I love it. And then we always have open space. So I'm like, yes, our house is smaller, but we have a biggest backyard and all the greens and all the things. And I work in a way I am present.
Send me a
Yes, I
picture
work.
of a tree. Send me a picture of a tree later. No, later.
Yeah,
We're
I'll do that later
Yeah,
on.
I want to
Yeah.
do
So,
that.
but like I show up as me. So then they
Yeah,
see
I
it. So
want to
she
plug
does
it
her own
in.
self-care. My
Oh
son does
man,
like they go to a
girl.
magnet, so they're exposed to art. So he's
Yeah.
like a artist. He does like theater major. So they have majors even though they're babies. And she does fine arts. And it's so good that they can express themselves. And when we get in as families, me and my brother, we're like, oh my God, our kids are having a true childhood because we grew up in Haiti. I was going to school by myself when I was 9, 8. I have a 12-year-old. There's no way I'm sending her to school by herself. And to see
Wow.
like, that innocence in her eyes, I started dating at
Yes.
12. I cannot see her do that at 12.
You said dating asshole. That's another topic too. But I have to round it up. I have to
Okay.
close it up soon. I hate to do it because I can talk to you all the time.
And I'm available. I don't work on the weekend, so
Okay,
I'm always
okay.
around.
Yes, ma'am. Now, okay, I'm gonna head on out of here. So we talked about. Is there anything last minute you want to say to the viewers?
Love yourself.
Love it.
Pause. Learn to love yourself because this world is on fire because we're not loving ourselves. Because there's no way if you are loving yourself, you can hurt another human being. Because we are all connected. I don't care what race you are, what color you are. If
Energy.
you are healing yourself,
Yes.
you're doing that work and you're connecting with your higher being, the higher source or something, you cannot see a neighbor and be like, oh, I hate this person. Because you're hating your neighbor is hating you.
And you love yourself. There's tools that each person
And you bring things out because I'm not perfect. That's why I go to therapy. But I'm learning to be unconditional and I give myself grace. So if I do something that's out of character, I don't put me down. I'm like, okay, what's the lesson? If we see everything as a lesson, you can learn from it. And there are some life lessons now. I'm not gonna repeat. I graduated.
Okay.
I'm good. Let's go for the next one.
Right.
And
so the challenges.
we got softness because no, it's all self-hatred. The greed, the fear, the whole everything. If you love you fully, you cannot hurt somebody else.
Girl, thank you for that. You're not going to hurt anyone else. We just hurt ourselves. So
because everything you put out there comes back to you. It comes back. That cycle happened. It does. So when this year, when I find the home, when I find the job, when I find all the things, I accept it fully because I'm like, I've done so much good. I've shown up for so many people. They should show up for me too. I am deserving because sometimes the blessing will come and we block it.
I know I gotta end it. Oh, but
it's okay. You know where to find me.
I sure do. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to show up in the world and share what I know.
And share where you are because the facts of it will help someone else. And it helps us too.
Yeah.
So thank you. Let me hold on. All right. Hold that thought. Don't leave me. Thank you for joining. Hold on a second. Hey, I gotta push the button again for wait. This is just a candid thing, but look how beautiful you are. Yes. Okay, she has to show her. See how confident you are?
Weight that I did not even try to release.
You are confident, and that's it, and that's all.
Because I was just like, oh my God, no, I had to buy new clothes. I'm like, I'm not doing nothing differently. Gotta go.
Yes. Okay, I'm pausing it again. You just look good. Oh, what a beautiful podcast. I wanted to thank our guest Johanne for participating in Malifreebird podcast. You can find me on all social media platforms, Malifreebird, MALI, and then Freebird, FREEBIRD, and also on Instagram as well. And thank you for joining me in this week's series on challenges and not to let that define you. I'm Malaika Jaycox, and thank you. And I will be back once again for another episode of Health and Wellness with Malifreebird. Thank you.